Hello and welcome to another episode of Tips and Ideas at Wallace of Midwest Landscaping, www.uniqueenvironments.com. We're back here in Irvine, California at our project where we're doing a renovation of the front and backyard. I'm just going to show you how we've lined out the areas where we're going to do the flagstone. We're going to do a flagstone pathway here that's going to match the flagstone that we have here on the border and also the the upper planter bed areas. So we went through and looked at the design plan, measured out our areas. We got it all lined out, and the end goal is to match it out with the ribbing that we have here in the existing patio. We came through and did some retrofitting of the irrigation system with drip lines. We're going to put in a filter regulator here, back here where the valves are located, an inline pressure regulated filter. We're going to have drip microspray emitters throughout the small planter bed areas. Up in here, basically just retrofitted right from the existing stub out for the planter beds with a 1/2 inch elbow, threaded elbow. It came out with a flanged adapter for the drip tubing. This is a solid drip line. We have a clean out over here where we can be able to open that up and flush out the end plugs. And over in this planter bed here, this line is all tied into one. These planter beds are all tied into one line. And we're going to take and cap this particular one off. But at the end of the run, we have a regulated type of system here where once the water comes into the line, it'll pressure up, and basically you'll have a air relief. This little cap works as an air relief valve. So when it charges up, a little bit of water will come out the tip, and then it'll basically seal off, which will basically pressurize all the planter bed lines where the emitters will work. And once the sprinkler system is turned off, then the pressure regulated peg right here, it will basically depress, and so any pressure that's left in the line will basically come out. So the line will not be under constant pressure after the water is turned off from the system. It's pretty unique, pretty straightforward and easy. We retrofitted out some different heads with our blue lock tubing and fittings. We basically went in where we had existing pop-ups and retrofitted out with elbow, 90 degrees elbow threaded. It came over with our tubing over to where we're going to have our pop-ups to basically retrofit for the planter bed areas that's going to be located here, and also over here we'll have some Toro precision rotating nozzles in here to be able to accommodate the plant material that's going to go into these couple sections here. We capped off some areas and left them kind of open just in case we need to use it. We won't have to be using this one though, because we'll basically pave over that particular one there. But you see over here we also retrofitted where we came off of one of the middles and branched it out to either side where there's going to be plant material planted around this edging of the planter bed, and also in this corner here. That's one of the benefits of having the blue lock piping and the blue lock fittings. We're able to retrofit very quickly and very easily to accommodate to run new lines and just expand what we have. And so this is where we're at right now with our backyard here in Irvine, California. This is Ed Wallace, Tips and Ideas, Midwest Landscaping. And also I need to point out that we've used, what we do is we utilize this Hydrotane Plus Root Zone Moisture Manager, and what it does is a unique blend of hydroscopic compounds that manage root zone moisture, and it helps us to extend the periods between waterings. And from the standpoint of when we do our new plantings, a lot of these plants are California native and drought tolerant plant materials, so we need to reduce the amount of water that they receive during the establishment time, because during this time of the year here in California, a lot of these plants, they don't receive a lot of water. And here's kind of some of our plants that we have here that's going to go into the landscape. We have some salvias and coyote mint and some red yuccas. This foam is actually some of the foam from the product we poured on here. So we put in one just to hydrate them up, to get things ready, because you need to saturate the root zone with the moisture manager or the hydratane, and it gets into the root zone, and what happens is the product pulls the available water vapor from the pore spaces of the soil and makes it available for the roots to take up in the system as usable water. This is our Western Redbud, and we also put the hydratane on this 15-gallon Redbud in order to keep it hydrated until we're ready to put plants in the ground. But also, when we do put it in the ground, we can reduce the amount of water we put on these plants. So, all right, Ed Wallace, Midwest Landscaping, www.uniqueenvironments.com.